The Big Ten stage, it doesn't get any bigger. It's one of the first conferences to have their own television network. It's home to some of the largest and best stadiums in all of college football. And one could easily make the case, the most passionate fans in the game. This week on Our Football with Chris Ash, we catch up with the coach to hear his thoughts as RU heads into the bye week.
Well, the bye week couldn't have come at a better time. Right now we're a little banged up, but we got to get guys healthy as we get down to the 7-game stretch here at the end. We just got to keep getting better. We got to keep coaching our tails off. We got to get guys healthy. We got to evaluate, where we're at personnel-wise with what we're doing on offense, defense, and special teams. But at the end of the day, there are two things we got to do. We got to get healthy. We got to keep coaching. We got to keep getting better.
We'll discuss the team leaders on the field and off, the 2017 team captains for the Scarlet Knights.
Chris, what do you demand of these guys?
It's really starts with their attitude and effort. Their attitude determines everything, and the effort that they put forth. And we talk all the time that, every day you wake up, you have a choice of what your attitude and your efforts are going to be. We want them to come into this building, regardless of what's happening outside around them. When they get into this building, have a positive attitude and give great effort towards, being the best that they can be for their teammates here.
Plus, we'll hear from the fans to find out which former Scarlet Knight, now playing in the NFL, is their favorite.
My favorite player is Mohamed Sanu.
Devin McCourty because he plays for the best team in the NFL, the Patriots. It's Brandon Coleman because I got Drew Brees for fantasy.
It's all coming your way this week on Our Football with Chris Ash.
Tenacity.
A lot of time, a lot of effort.
Play extremely hard. Be consistent.
Aggressive.
A bunch of fire and passion.
I represent New Jersey. Chase that dream that we all want. Just want to hear that cannon as you score.
Touchdown!
Atmosphere is electric.
Stadium gets real loud.
He demands, perfection.
When he asks for something, he wants it to be done.
Try to get to the dot. You quit.
To know that our program is on the rise.
Goes over the top and the toss is there. Touchdown catch.
This program going to another level.
Head strong on three. Head strong on three. 1, 2, 3. Head strong.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Beck, along with the coach. Welcome to another edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. Well, Coach, this is a chance to pause a bye week. You've played 5. You've got 7 to go. Where do you begin in your evaluation of the team?
Well, the bye week couldn't have come at a better time. Right now we're a little banged up, but we got to get guys healthy as we get down to the 7-game stretch here at the end. We just got to keep getting better. We got to keep coaching our tails off. We got to get guys healthy. We got to evaluate, where we're at personnel-wise with what we're doing on offense, defense, and special teams. But at the end of the day, there are two things we got to do. We got to get healthy. We got to keep coaching. We got to keep getting better.
Do you look to make changes at positions, or do you say, let's solidify those positions, let's find ways to improve?
Well, everything's kind of on the table. In a bye week, we got to go back through, and we have just evaluate everything. And our depth, it starts with personnel. If you don't have the personnel in the right spots, you're not going to have a chance. So it starts with the personnel and then what we're doing, and just fundamentally where we at. And this, often is called a bye week. It's a week to improve for us, and we got to keep improving and keep getting better.
Coming off the game against Ohio State, do you have to worry about the spirit of your ball club?
Well, anytime you go through a game like that, you do. I feel really good about our team. We got tremendous kids in chemistry in this program. They'll bounce back. They're resilient. They've been through it before. Don't like it. It's tough, but they'll bounce back. And honestly, the kids usually bounce back better than the coaches.
The challenge in this league never changes because every week you've got a major opponent that's in front of you. How do you deal with that coming off of Ohio State, knowing you have 7 games left in the conference?
Well, let's be honest. I mean, Ohio State's a different animal than about everyone else in the league. I mean, it's the gold standard right now in college football, and they're as good as there is. So, we just got to move on from this, and there's plenty of games on that schedule where, we're going to be competitive with and have a chance to win. We didn't want the game to go the way it went last week. There were a lot of injuries throughout that game that really put us in a spiral. We just got to keep getting better. That's it.
I'm not saying you want to emulate a program, but when Ohio State comes in here, do you say to your guys, hey, this is the kind of program we want to become?
No, I don't talk to them. It's not about comparisons. It's about preparing our team and coaching our team. Every team in America could say that's who we want to be like. Do we want to be as big and strong and fast and physical as we can be? Absolutely. That's everybody's goal. But to put unrealistic comparisons right now today with where we're at on our football team, that's not fair. So we talk about just getting better. We got to coach, we got to develop, we got to recruit, and just keep working.
And Edwards breaks through. Touchdown Rutgers. Gus Edwards from 23 yards out.
Offensively, when you're able to establish the run, how much of a difference does that make? Even so far, we've seen that when you get something going, it just takes a lot of pressure off everybody.
Well, yeah, you want to have balance on offense. At the end of the day, it's about scoring points. And every week, when you go play a new opponent, you got to figure out how are you going to be able to do that, whether it's throw the ball more, run the ball more. It is obviously better when you can run the ball and do things like that because it sets everything else up. But at the end of the day, it's about points and how you got to put points on the board. And it does start with being up front, being able to run and protect the quarterback. We got to do a better job of that.
What about your play in the trenches, both offensively and defensively?
We got to get better at it. I mean, we've got some injuries that we've been battling through on both sides of the ball. We're battling in there. They're working really hard. They're bigger and they're stronger. Depth is a concern right now on both sides, though. Speaking
of depth, you've got Hampton and Austin, 2 guys that were really supposed to help this secondary, and now they're both gone. So who is it up to? Where does the responsibility fall?
Well, yeah, bless Austin, obviously tore the ACL. He's out for the year. Saquon Hampton and Kai Hester both got hurt, both of our starting safeties in the game against Ohio State. We're hopeful that they'll be back, and how long they're going to be out yet still to be determined, but we're hopeful that they're going to be back and they're not significant season-ending injuries.
In terms of the work ethic, what do you see from your football team through these first 5 games?
I've got no issues all the way since last January with the work ethic that our players have had. When you talk about building a culture, setting standards, it starts with the way they work, their attitude and their effort that they put forth every single day, and that's been extremely positive.
You said from the beginning this wasn't going to be easy to rebuild this program. Are you able to still sometimes step back and say, okay, this is just a beginning step. This is part of the process? Yeah,
I never made any promises or guarantees about how long it would take. We have a vision, we have a plan. That's where it starts from a leadership standpoint. That vision and that plan has not changed. It will not change because we feel really good about it. We have setbacks as we go forward. We make strides. We go 2 steps forward, we go 2 steps back, and that's what we have to avoid. We've got to continue to make the steady progress going forward and avoid those setbacks like we had. It's amazing what happens. You get the hands inside, right?
What's your message to the fans during this little pause of the season?
Just keep believing. I love our fans. We got a great fan base, very passionate fan base. And I get it when you don't win and you start the season like we have, you get discouraged. You start to lose faith. But these players here are outstanding individuals. They're working really hard. They want to make Rutgers proud. They want to go out and play as hard as they can and as good as they can for our fan base. And we'll get there.
Still to come on Our Football with Chris Ash, we'll talk about the captains, the leadership on this year's Scarlet Knights. More Our Football with Chris Ash just ahead.
While there are many constants in life, the name on the back of a football jersey is not one of them. O'Hara, Sanu, Leonard, Coleman, Brackett, McCourty, and McCourty. And though our favorite Scarlet Knights will come and go with each graduating class, they are still in our hearts, even though the color of their jerseys have changed, and the team they play for is in the NFL, not on the banks of the old Raritan. So whether Mohamed Sanu is being drafted in your fantasy league, Tyler Croft catching 2 touchdowns in one game for the Bengals, Brandon Coleman hauling one in for the Saints, or Devin McCourty earning another Super Bowl ring, we're still watching these Scarlet Knights, and they are still a part of our football family and Rutgers lore. And there's no question that each Rutgers fan has a favorite who used to wear scarlet and white and now makes a living in the National Football League.
My favorite Rutgers player in the NFL is Mohamed Sanu because he's played in the Super Bowl and he's a great receiver. He's a great guy in general.
And he can change games at any moment.
I'm going to say Mohamed Sanu, plays for my Atlanta Falcons, and I love him.
Pass into the end zone, touchdown, what a catch!
Sanu, because who doesn't love to say Sanu? My favorite player is Mohamed Sanu because he went to my middle school.
Unquestionably, Michael Burton. Came up from a walk-on when everyone said he wasn't good enough to play Division I football, wound up being a captain here, went on to be drafted as a fullback, which is not easy to do in the NFL, and now he's on his second team and playing well.
My favorite player in the NFL from Rutgers is Michael Burton. He sees the drive to get things done, and he came in as a walk-on, which means he works hard. Devin McCourty, because he plays for the best team in the NFL, the Patriots.
They're coming after it, and they got it! They partially blocked it and rules out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Devin McCourty.
Who else?
It's Brandon Coleman, because I got Drew Brees for fantasy. And he gets a touchdown.
Brandon Coleman's got his second touchdown of the night.
My favorite player in the NFL Rutgers football game is Marcus Cooper because he's a great cornerback.
Tyler Croft, because when he's in the game, Andy Dalton isn't totally terrible. My favorite Rutgers player in football history, Kenny Britt. Best receiver to come out of Rutgers. He's going to turn the Cleveland Browns into a playoff team, baby. Kenny Britt.
My favorite player in the NFL from Rutgers is Leonte Carew. That man had the ability to change games.
Over to the right side, the catch is made, and going into the end zone is Leonte Carew for the touchdown.
This segment of the show is sponsored by RWJ Barnabas Health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Yvette Rooks, Chief Medical Officer, RWJ Barnabas Health, Sports Medicine at Rutgers. And I'm here to talk to you about health tip number 1. Fall is coming, and fall means the weather's going to change a little bit. And as you're out there exercising, remember to dress in layers. And so as you sweat, you can take layers off or put layers on. We don't want you to overheat because you can still suffer from heat illness, although the fall weather is coming.
Welcome back to Our Football with Chris Ash. We're at the team room, and when you talk about team, you talk about captains. What about the job that your guys have done thus far in terms of attitude, morale, and in terms of productivity?
Yeah, well, in any great organization or football team, it starts with its leadership. And I really am happy and proud of the captains that we have this year, 2 offensive captains, Dorian Miller and Kyle Bolin, and defensively, Darnell Davis and Deontay Roberts. They do a great job, and it starts with how they handle themselves, their daily habits, their attitude, their effort that they bring every single day. They're as consistent can be. people follow their lead.
Chris, what do you demand of these guys?
It's really starts with their attitude and effort. Their attitude determines everything, and the effort that they put forth. And we talk all the time that, you know, every day you wake up, you have a choice of what your attitude and your efforts are going to be. We want them to come into this building regardless of what's happening outside around them. When they get into this building, have a positive attitude, give great effort towards, you know, being the best that they can be for their teammates here.
Dorian Miller, guard, Metuchen, New Jersey. Does he set a little bit of a tone with this group on the line?
Well, you know, he's one of those guys that just brings his hard hat and lunch pail to work every single day. He's the same guy all the time, never too high, never too low. You know, he's starting to become more vocal. When he speaks, they all listen. He doesn't say a whole lot very often, but when he does talk, they listen. And you know, he leads by example more than anything.
For Bowling. Looking. Fires. Caught. Touchdown, Janae Grant. And the Scarlet Knights march it right down the field on their opening drive.
Kyle Boland, quarterback, transfer, Louisville. Does it make a difference when a kid comes in from a different program to be a leader? And does it show what kind of respect the guys have for him to name him a captain?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously a great honor for Kyle to be able to come in such a short amount of time and earn that captain's position. But it is a challenge, you know, because you don't have those long-standing relationships built with the players, and to earn respect and trust, it takes a lot of time and effort. Kyle didn't have a lot of time and effort to do that, so it's kind of remarkable that he was able to get that done in a short amount of time.
Deontay Roberts out of Erasmus Hall in Brooklyn. He plays with ferocity. What's he like around the locker room?
He's great. He's always smiling, got great energy, great enthusiasm, loves what he does. Just a great teammate overall.
Browning under pressure, set, loose.
I mean, what an amazing play for Rutgers on a third down.
Darnell Davis, senior, Union, New Jersey. We saw him make a magnificent play against Washington early in the year. What do you see from him in terms of leadership?
Same thing. He just shows up every single day with a smile on his face, a tremendous attitude. He just goes so hard in everything that he does, whether it's in the weight room, on the practice field, in games. Just consistently does his job, and that's why he makes plays, is because he's consistently doing what he's asked to do. Just, I love the kid. I mean, former walk-on, earned a scholarship, became a captain, and he's going to be very successful in life.
In terms of overall attitude, what do you look for from these guys in terms of keeping this group on an even keel?
Well, I mean, it's really the responsibility of the unit coach. You know, they're the head coach of their unit. You know, we've got player unit leadership that is really important. But I really believe that the unit takes on the personality, the attitude, and the effort that the position coach brings to the table every single day. As long as they do that, the players will follow, and that's really our number one responsibility.
So it's a rare Saturday where you're going to be off. Are you going to watch football? Are you going to get away from football? Are you going to spend time with your family? What's Saturday look like?
We're going to go recruit. Got to go watch some high school football. Tremendous high school football in the state. There's some great games on Saturday. Some outstanding prospects that we want to try to get in our program. So we're going to go watch football, and I'll hopefully get a chance to spend some time with my family.
And when you get back to work this coming week, do you begin anew, or is it a continuation of what you've done so far and just take it to another level?
Well, I mean, it's a continuation of what we've been doing, but hopefully do it better. You know, again, this bye week is it's been about improving. It's about practicing and continuing to improve our fundamentals and understanding of our scheme and improving our execution. You know, we're not going to go all of a sudden change what we do, change our offense, change our defense, and scrap everything that we've built on up to this point. We just got to continue to do it better.
You're at Illinois to start things off on October 14th. You only have one home game this coming month. You're going to be on the road a lot, Coach. How do you equip yourself for that?
It's a challenge. Obviously, it's one that we're going to embrace. We knew this was going to be the tough stretch of the schedule because of the road games and traveling a lot. But it is what it is. Our players know it. We know it. And, we just got to keep practicing. And then when we take our show on the road, go perform.
And finally, with 7 games to go, there's still a lot of football to be played, Coach.
Ton of football. You know, that's the thing that is encouraging and exciting is there's a ton of football left. And, we can't let the last game, determine the next game. And each week is a different week. Each week's a different team. And we just got to continue to try to get ready and go play our best football.
Chris, enjoy the break. Look forward to talking with you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
That's it for this edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.